You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, CBS Soap fans. This is SoapDirt.com, and we have got a concerning update about the Young and the Restless 50th anniversary and what we see, unless something changes in the upcoming week of episodes, as a big snub of Mariah and Tessa. Now, we are in the middle of the Young and the Restless big 50th anniversary gala on Y&R. But Mariah Copeland and Tessa Porter are nowhere in sight. So why aren't the new moms part of the party on the CBS soap opera? We had written recently about them at SoapDirt.com about them being sidelined despite being in the midst of what should be a front burner storyline. They are a lesbian couple. They've gotten married. Now they are adopting a baby. We did see their wedding and we saw some conversations about the adoption, but there was no labor and delivery scenes. Mariah has had one scene where she came in and was showing her mom pictures. Tessa hasn't been seen in a while, but they have been name dropped. But now, in the middle of this big bicentennial gala for Genoa City and the big 5-decade milestone, we're seeing all these returning characters from the past. And of course, it's great to see them. Everybody wants to see them. That's great. But why are we not also seeing Mariah and Tessa, two current and significant cast members? We also haven't seen Noah. We haven't seen Allie. So far, we haven't seen Chance. There's just people that are simply not at the gala, but in particular, Mariah and Tessa, with the joy of this baby. They could be showing off baby pictures. They could be getting congratulations, but we're missing them. So the big bicentennial gala in Genoa City is the backdrop for the CBS soap's 50th anniversary celebration. But again, where are Cameron Grimes and Kate Fairbanks and their characters? Of course, they brought them in for the big anniversary photo shoot. And if you look at SoapDirt.com, where we also did this article, there's a nice picture of Mariah and Tessa, and they're in nice ball gowns. So it looks like they should be going to a celebration, but they're not there. They haven't been seen in any recent scenes. There's also a photo we shared of actress Kate Fairbanks and actress Cameron Grimes that were at the real life celebration of Y&R's 50th anniversary. They threw a big party and the ladies were there. They walked the red carpet together. They're in nice outfits, but they're not on screen, on our TV screens during this. Grimes last appeared as Mariah on March 3rd to briefly tell her mother, Sharon Newman, that Delphine had given birth to the baby that they're adopting. They glanced at photos of her newborn, and Tessa wasn't part of that chat, and Mariah had like a scene, and then whoop, and she's gone again. So this coming week on Young and the Restless at the gala, we're going to have Sharon showing those photos on the phone to Nikki Newman, and they're talking about Mariah and Tessa. And then they reveal, oh, they're not there because they are in Portland. Why are they in Portland? They adopted the baby from Delphine, and once you adopt a baby, you can take the baby wherever you want. Delphine knew they lived in Genoa City, so it all seems just very contrived. The showrunners just slid them onto the back burner for months while the characters were going through this big change, and now there's this big thing for the soap, and they're shoved further onto the back burner. They are getting some name drops, though. So this will be the second name drop on Young and the Restless in a month, with no scenes of them and scant mentions of either Mariah or Tessa. Meanwhile, Sally Spector's baby bump is finally showing, and everyone's in a tizzy. But the baby that Mariah adopted with her bride is here. It's been birthed, ready to be seen and loved, but we haven't seen the kid. And also, remember when Y&R left Abby Newman holding a pile of blankets for weeks until they finally cast a baby to play little Dominic? Maybe that's the problem. Is the CBS soap just incapable of hiring a little one to play Mariah Copeland's adopted child? Why aren't we seeing her and Tessa cuddling one of those little lifelike dolls that they sometimes use on the soaps? Why aren't they doing that on Young and the Restless? And then recently there was an episode of The Talk that was a a whole segment on the 50th anniversary of Y&R, and they had Cameron Grimes on, which means the soap sent her out there as an ambassador of the show. No doubt it's because she's been on the show a long time. She's playing a character who's a member of the LGBTQIA community. However, she's not getting any airtime. How is that serving the diversity of the community? So it's just kind of frustrating. And I love Sally Spectre. I'm a huge Sally Spectre fan. I don't love the Who's the Daddy storyline, but they address that, although I personally don't think it's actually been addressed. I do think there's going to be a twist with paternity. So this is no slight to her, to Sally Spectre's character, or any other character that they're showing, or even anyone that they invited back for this big event. It's just a question, a standalone question. Where are Mariah and Tessa? Why aren't they there? Why weren't they written into this event? So a lot of people are seeing this as a huge snub, not just a huge snub, but an ongoing snub that's been occurring for quite a while. Consider how long Cameron Grimes has been on the CBS soap. She appeared as Cassie Johnson the first time in March of 1997. Cameron Grimes has been on Young and Restless for 26 years. That is half the run of its 50 years on the network. And of course, I do know that there is a gap because she was Cassie, and then Cassie died, and then she came back as Mariah when Victor hired her to gaslight Sharon. So there is a gap in there, but from the character's inception with Cameron Grimes in the role until now, that's been 26 years. Half of the 50 years this show has been on the air. So why isn't Mariah sitting at a table at the gala next to her beautiful wife, Tessa? They brought back a bunch of guest stars for this gala. We've got Michael Damian back as Danny Romalotti. We've got Veronica Redd back as Mamie Johnson. Lovely to see them both. We've got Patty Weaver back as Gina Roma. We've got Barbara Crampton back as Liana Love, among others. Meanwhile, Mariah and Tessa are in Portland for no apparent reason. Meanwhile, Doug Davidson's character, Paul Williams, is supposedly off in Europe. Portugal, maybe? It was something like that. He's another character and one of the longest running original actors on the show that everybody's like, where is he? Nowhere in sight. They could have thrown him an episode. Maybe they offered, maybe he didn't want to come back, but that seems unlikely. It seems like he would come back just like all the other guest stars. So the Y&R spoilers for the next week, March 27th through 31st, 2023, also list nothing for Mariah or Tessa. And on the Monday, March 27th episode, we're going to see Mariah's mom, Sharon, saying that they are in Portland. Neither of the actresses' IMDb page shows any upcoming air dates. So what is happening at this CBS big anniversary that they're ignoring long-running cast member Cameron Grimes? Why aren't Mariah and Tessa ever around? Why was their baby story completely sidelined? And why aren't we seeing Cameron Grimes as part of the big celebration? They're trotting her out for the photo shoot. They're trotting her out for the talk, but we're not seeing her on scene. What do you think? Does this bother you? Do you think it's no big deal? Are you just happy that Young and the Restless is still on the air after 50 years? Let us know what you think.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.